and welcome back to my loving sacred space. My name is Ari and I'm your cosmic godmother. I realize it's been a month since I've posted a reading, but I needed to recenter myself, recuperate. School is a lot of work, so you guys know how it is. But today we have a super intense reading. This is what wounds need healing. This could be subconscious wounds, wounds that you're already aware of but don't know how to release. Or you're like on your healing journey and you don't know what to prioritize. This reading is for you. I know the piles don't look thick right now, but I'm doing something different where I'm just gonna shuffle and go with the flow based on the group. So I have 2 extra decks with me on the side. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be a more intimate, personal reading. These cards here are angel cards, so messages from your angels during this time and crystals that correlate with your group. At the end of every reading, I will also be giving you a channeled affirmation that I felt before pulling these cards. So hopefully that is of use to you and you guys find it super helpful. But yeah, a few disclaimers before starting. One, I live by an airport on campus, so there might be planes flying by. I apologize. My window's open, so I hope you don't mind the outside sounds because it's hot as hell in here. What else? Also, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I am not responsible for any actions you take based on this reading. You already know you're responsible for your own life. So do what you will with this advice. So yeah, I think that's all. So let's move on. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Remember to take your 3 deep cleansing breaths, center yourself and ask your higher self, your ancestors, whoever, which group is called to you. It is okay to be called to more than one. Watch however many or watch all the way through if you feel called to do that, and just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Group 1, this is your reading. We have the green calcite here for you guys. Green calcite is great for heart healing. Personally, for me, this resonates after like a mental breakdown, after those really hard, intense cries, after going through a super emotional cycle. Green calcite is like that hug that you need to rejuvenate yourself. I should probably close my window. Okay, I'm gonna close my window even though it's hot as hell in here, just so you guys don't hear all the cars going by. But so yeah, if you are in the market for crystals, maybe green calcite is the one for you. Obviously shop ethically. So yeah, and support small businesses, guys. But yeah, let's get into your reading. We're going to start with your angel cards. This is what your angels need you to know at this moment. Raise your vibration and vulnerability. Oh, okay. First of all, I just want to say the green calcite really correlates with the vulnerability and freedom, because that whole stage after an emotional cycle, you feel very vulnerable. You feel very raw. So I'm hearing what you need to do in those moments, instead of like just going on with your life after a very emotional period. Take time to really center yourself. Take time to mend to your needs, you know, like don't just go off and go to work. Don't just go off and do schoolwork. Don't just go off and distract yourself with friends, Netflix. No, like get some water, drink some tea, take a good shower, maybe take a nap, eat food. What your angels are telling you to do right now is, no matter what you're feeling, what you need to do is take care of yourself, tend to your needs, because if you don't, you're going to stay at that lower vibration. And that's not saying like, oh, you're a low vibrational person, because I hate that term. We all experience lower and higher vibrations depending on our phase in life and what we are feeling. So your angels are telling you that it doesn't have to stay that way. You know, you're always going to fluctuate between frequencies, but after an emotional state, they want you to feel rejuvenated after, just like the green calcite correlates with. So yeah, we're going to dig deeper into that and how exactly you can raise your vibration and what exactly is going on with you guys here. Double check to make sure we're still recording. Yes. All right, so first we're going to cleanse the deck. So the first question that we're going to be looking into is, what prominent wounds are coming up for you guys right now? What is the most important thing for my group 1s to know with their emotional well-being? And during this reading, take your deep cleansing breaths. Make sure you're in a safe space. Move these to the side. Oh, group one. It's also, let me know if you guys feel some type of way about my little side comments, because I know my friends are like, ah, don't do that. It leaves suspense, but let me know what you guys think. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of reversals. I feel like playing one more. Yeah, lots of reversals here. All right, so the first card we pulled was the Sun card. It's exactly what I said in the beginning. You know, you go through these emotions, you go through these cycles, but you're not taking care of yourself after. There is no aftercare, there's no before care, there is no care for yourself. It's almost like you guys beat yourself down for feeling the things you feel. And, you know, with the Son of Swords and the Mother of Pentacles, you guys may have been beaten down by someone. Let me not say that just because I don't want to trigger anyone, because it's all right, group one. I know the lighting changed and everything. I had to close my shades because my phone overheated. So I had to take a little 10-15 minute break. But I think the last thing I said was there's no care for yourself. I don't know if I said this already, but this is feeling like it's coming from a mother figure who wasn't really a mother. It doesn't have to be your mom. It could have been someone who had this motherly energy at first, but their words were manipulative. That's what I'm hearing. It's like they seemed really witty and fun and warm, but really that was all just like a performance at first to get close to you. This also could have been some sort of friend or like romantic partner. It could also have been a earth sign or an air sign. So earth sign, either Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I'm definitely feeling like this is coming from some sort of earth sign. It doesn't have to, but that's for someone out there. But with this Three of Pentacles in reverse, because of this relationship with this person and how they led you to believe they're one person but turned out to be another, there's a lot of lack of stability within yourself in this relationship. And I'm hearing other relationships as well. Relationship, again, does not have to be romantic. This is any sort of relationship in your life. So yeah, it's like this one interaction, or like the series of interaction with this one person has led you to sort of like trust issues, but rightfully so. But at this point, it's like your angels are telling you, you got to work through this. You can't live in this trauma for the rest of your life. Yeah, it might affect you for years and years and years. Of course, there's no downplaying that, but there is a point where you have to start dealing with it. And when I say dealing with it, this is not something that's going to heal in like a day, a week, a year. This might take a couple years. This is something that needs your dedication, time, and care. And the first thing you need to do is place yourself first with the Star card, because you're not. But let's get a clearer message as to where this is coming from. My group ones, where does this wound come from? Where does this trauma come from? Oop. Let's see. The Magician in reverse. So yeah, this is someone who wasn't who they said they were. Like, they look like this person who had it all together. They look like this person who made themselves look like a trustworthy person, but they weren't. You know, this is also someone who lacks a lot of confidence within themselves. They themselves don't think that they can progress as a person, that they can't be the things they want to be. So they projected that onto you and made you believe that you cannot accomplish the things you want to accomplish, that you cannot be the person that you strive to be. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, we flipped a lot of cards. Yeah. Going deeper, where did this come from? Lack of nurturing, lack of love. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of lack of love. And this actually really goes into the affirmation I channeled for you guys. Let's see if there's anything else coming from. Who did this come from? Let's see if they'll give me that answer. Who did this come from? You just got the Justice in reverse. You feel like, okay, you feel like you were done dirty. Honestly, and you were. You feel like whatever happened to you wasn't fair, because I'm hearing for a lot of you, like, you were a child, you were younger, you were a teenager. Some of you are adults now, and you're like, I didn't deserve to go through what I did. Like, it was almost like an adult or someone who made them seem more mature, who made themselves seem more mature, made you feel small. And because of that, you subconsciously started to believe that, yeah, I'm small, I don't deserve the things that other people do, that I don't deserve to take care of myself, that I don't deserve to be loved in a sense, but you do. And we actually have the Three of Cups, which is saying that there is that light at the end of the tunnel for you guys, that whoever this person was may have really messed up your view on relationships and getting close to people. Again, trust issues, but you're working out of that. Your angels, the universe is telling you there's so much more. You're going to find people who love and nurture you. You're going to find people who don't manipulate you. But that has to start with yourself. You have to stop lying to yourself. Keep promises to yourself. This also may have been a person who lied often. They made these promises that they never kept. But you have to start promising yourself things, not lying to yourself, telling yourself how it is in order to get to a place where you feel safe with other people. Because at the end of the day, it's not about other people, but this isn't your path. This is about you. How can you cultivate your full divine being, you know? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done with this deck. But where am I? Because we want to see, why are you still holding on? Let's use this one. Cleansing that energy. Why are you still holding on to this? Why are you still holding on to this wound, this pain? My group ones, why are they still holding on? I'm hearing because it's all you've ever known. Dark matter. Look, hold on. Look how... Let me get this up and close for you guys. Look how there's... I know the lighting's like weird because of my shades, but I hope that doesn't bother you. I hope it's like aesthetically pleasing or something. But look how there's a butterfly over this person's mouth. Butterflies symbolize new life. It symbolizes good things happening, and that just goes back. I cannot stop repeating this, but this just goes back to a person who said a lot of sweet nothings, and it's almost like you paid attention more to their words rather than their actions. And that is what led you to this silence within yourself. But here in the card, there's so much light within her. Look at all the blues and the greens. Those are healing colors. Again, this is a healing reading. So your angels are really working hard right now to get you to understand that. But let's read the message that comes along with number 38. Mystery. The world still has mystery, and this is a fine thing. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean it is not there. You don't have to know the details of everything. Some things are better not revealed at this time. Have faith. You guys might be looking for closure, and that's why you're still holding on, in hopes that this person will come back, or if they didn't leave, in hopes that this person will realize their wrongs and apologize. But we don't all get that apology. And to be fair, you don't need that apology. Their silence tells you enough, honestly. Their silence and their lack of care to actually figure out their wrongs is your answer to move on, is your answer to continue healing. This person, even if they do come back, I'm feeling they're not going to be healed from whatever they went through for a very long time, you know. And this is a person you're better off without. Even if they do heal as a person and they do transcend and they do prove to you that they are a better person, that does not mean that you have to let them back into their life. Some of you, that's what's happening right now. There's a person who did you so dirty and they want to come back because they've changed. But that is not a reason you should let them back in. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. Not everyone is meant to witness your, to be surrounded by your beautiful energy, okay? Remember that. But, whew, let's see how, like, specific ways you can heal from this. Also, let me know if this weird light thing with my shade going on bothers you guys, but the messages are too important for me not to film this right now because they're coming through. But how can my group ones heal? How can my group ones heal? The biome, the mountain, and east, beginnings. So we have beginnings, connection, and clarity. Before getting in, it's time to start new. You know, right now you're being given clarity. I'm hearing there are signs all around you, but you're questioning if this is a sign. Trust your intuition, group one. And you're going to see that everything is connected in your life to lead you to this new beginning. Well, let's start with number 3, beginning. So, worry not, a new dawn is breaking. Let go of the old and embrace the new. Flow forward without heaviness or anxiety. New ways of being are calling to you. Speak up with a clear voice. Do not resist change. So some of you might actually be getting into a conversation with this person. Some of you can just outright and leave, and I understand that, okay? But some of you need to actually communicate how you have been feeling and how this person made you feel. And they might retaliate back, you know, they might have a rebuttal after rebuttal, but stay true to what you are saying, because what you are saying has meaning and it matters. And once you let go in whatever way that looks like for you, once you give yourself the closure that you need, not expecting it from the other person, you'll be able to move on. So let's look at number 44, connection. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You are asked for synergy at the present. Am I saying that right? Probably not. Anyway, be aware of the needs of others. You are a part of the same whole. Consider working more closely with your community. So yeah, it's the 3 of Cups, okay? I'm hearing from some of you, there are people in your life who are trying to support you. Maybe people who have been telling you, like, this person isn't good for you. Really connect with them. Really connect with those people. And that could also mean your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, if you are a person who works with those types of beings. But really sit in connection, because you are not alone in this. And don't ever think you are. There are resources, there are people, there are beings who you can connect to, and that is what they really want you to know right now. Number 16, clarity. There is an advantage to looking at things from a higher perspective. You are too close to something to see it properly and clearly. Take the high road. Look at the big picture. Are you making too big of a deal of something? Okay. Yeah. Some of you might be, like it said, too close to this person. Some of you might live with this person. Some of you might see this person every day, talk to this person every day. So you're not seeing things clearly. That last part where it says, are you making too big a deal of something? That is not something that I feel that is resonating with this group right now. But what I feel like you're making, if you are making too big of a deal of something, you're making too big of a deal of not taking care of yourself. You know, keep telling yourself that you don't need it, but you do, okay? Which is also a form of downplaying, like I said. So you need to step back and think about what it is that whatever is going on is trying to teach you. You know, you're not always going to be stuck in lessons. There are going to be blessings, and I know it might feel like it's lesson after lesson after lesson, but that just means you need to look inward and see what the universe is really trying to tell you, what God is really trying to tell you, because the message might not be coming through right now because you're trying to see it through human eyes, and the universe doesn't work through human eyes because they are not human. But yeah, that's all that's coming through right now. Whew. Group 1. I'm also keep hearing in my head group 3, so some of you might have been called to group 3. So if you have, like, watch group 3. But I'm gonna show you here my notes that I wrote down for your affirmations. So I wrote this before actually starting the reading. But for you guys, I'll put the crystal right here so you guys see something. I really got an energy of reminder for your affirmation here. This is something you can repeat to yourself, write it down whenever you need. But it says, I am a warm, loving being. If someone ever told you that you're not, that's a lie, okay? They can't tell you who you are. Only you can tell yourself who you are. And the second one is, I open my heart to receiving love. You know, some of you might be very closed off because of this situation with another person. I open my heart to receiving love. So I'll say them both again. I am a warm, loving being. That was the first one. Second one, I open my heart to receiving love. We had group 1. That was your reading. Let me know if it resonated. Comment down below your stories if you feel open to sharing. And yeah, if you were feeling called to group 3, watch group 3. You might find more clarity there. But many blessings to you guys, and I really hope you get through this cycle, and there's a lot of beautiful things waiting for you on the other side. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello, my group 2s. This is your reading. I apologize for the weird lighting. The sun is shifting, and I have to keep my shades down because my phone overheated with group 1. But you guys have the rose quartz. Rose quartz is all about love, unconditional love, self-love, romantic love, all the love, okay? So already with this crystal, it's telling me that right now you guys need a lot of love. You guys need a hug. You guys need to hug yourself. You need support. Maybe you're not feeling like you got that support, but if you are in the market for a crystal, rose quartz might be the one, excuse me, for you. I had a little burp, but of course, shop your crystals ethically. That didn't make sense. Buy your crystals ethically and support small businesses. But we're gonna jump right into this, and already the energy is very heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna put out a trigger warning. This might get really deep for some of you guys, very emotional, so make sure you're in a safe space and you have your water and you have, you know, everything that makes you comfortable, maybe some food, maybe some tissues for some of you. But we're gonna jump right into what your angels have to say. We have guardian angel, and we have cut the cords. Whew. So this is telling you, okay, so we're gonna start with the cut the cords, because this doesn't feel like you're cutting off ties with another person. This feels like you're trying to forgive yourself for your past. Some of you guys may have really hurt somebody in the past. Some of you guys may have not been the kindest to yourself in the past. Again, trigger warning. Some of you may have self-harm. Some of you guys may have dealt with a lot of mental illness, mental issues, mental fog, you know. There's a lot in the mental. And I feel like you guys are aware of this now, and you're trying to be better. You know, the universe is always offering redemption. The universe does not judge. The universe does not exclude you from nice things. It's people who do that, okay? And your guardian angels are here to tell you you are always worthy of more. You are always worthy of a better life, okay? Yeah, I just feel like the energies, it's more intimate. You guys are definitely my more intimate group. So pretend you're like talking to like your best friend right now. You know, it's okay to feel how you feel. We're gonna dive deeper into your tarot cards. Cleansing the old energy from group 1. We're gonna see what exactly is this wound. So connecting with my group 2, what is a prominent wound coming up for them that needs healing? Anger, 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 anger. Lots of irritation here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera as I'm doing that. Okay. Ooh, I almost dropped all the cards. But we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Oh, 2 cards popped out. 4 of Wands, the Empress. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So yeah, there was something. Let me try to organize this for you. So yeah, I'm really drawn to these this Five of Wands right here. This wound, okay, you guys hold a lot of internal anger that needs to be let out. Scream, scream into your pillow, maybe like write everything down on a plate, put it in a Ziploc and break that plate. Go to like a kickboxing class or something. Go to like one of those rage rooms. I'm feeling a lot of like internal rage because you feel like you've had a lot of misfortune in your life. You feel like things didn't go the way you've always wanted it to go. You feel like you always get the short end of the stick. And honestly, it feels like you have, but you also feel guilty for how you reacted to those things. What is this? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Look at, I'm really drawn to the imagery of the dying rose. Okay, so it feels like you're literally withering away. There is a metaphorical death going on right now. For some of you, that might actually be you know, physical one. You guys may have lost somebody, so you have a lot of anger towards that, towards losing somebody. It might be an anniversary coming up of losing somebody, or you feel like you are losing yourself. And some of you, you guys are my deeply spiritual group, so you guys are going through a dark night of the soul, you know, like you're in that part of your spiritual awakening where you feel like nothing is real. And trust me, I know that cycle is never easy. And you're really, there's a disconnect with your divine feminine. It doesn't matter what you identify as. Everyone has feminine and masculine energies and all the energies in between. Your divine feminine is your emotional body. It is the darkness within, but it's also the nurturing and the mothering. Okay, so a lot of you guys may have not had that emotional love, so you don't know how to manage your emotions. So all you really fear are like really strong, like rage emotions, you know, anger, irritation. Whenever you feel yourself getting emotional, you get really angry at yourself, okay? Because of so much guilt. I don't know where this guilt is coming from, but we're gonna look into that. But we also have the Four of Wands in reverse. There might have been, okay, there was something that you were looking forward to, or there was someone, it doesn't feel like another person for a lot of you, but for someone, there may have been another person or an opportunity that you're really looking forward to, but it fell through. And that has, sorry for the airplane, we're gonna let that pass real quick. Ooh, yes. While sitting in that silence, the answer came through. It's like you guys were expecting yourself to be a lot farther in your journey. However that may apply to you. This might be a job, this might be a relationship, this might be your own internal relationship. Again, for my spiritual people, you probably expect it to be a lot farther in your spiritual journey at this moment. But we need to release those expectations of ourselves. We need to release thinking that we are not doing enough, okay? And I say we because I resonate with this group so much. So that's why I feel a lot of emotions right now speaking to you guys. You know, it feels like we're one-on-one. I feel this a lot in my heart space right now. So it feels like, again, you got the short end of the stick and you're trying to do better, but you're still holding on to these things that happened in your past, and you need to let that go. You need to cut that cord. It's time to forgive yourself, and your guardian angels are here to guide you through that. They're like, listen, yeah, you may have fucked up in the past with another person. Excuse me for my language if you don't like cursing, but and they're telling you it's okay. Like, you may have not been the nicest to yourself in the past, but we're moving past that. You need to forgive yourself for doing those things, for not honoring yourself, okay? So we're gonna move on. We're gonna see, where did these wounds come from? Where did these wounds come from for groups, for my group 2? Did it come from another person? Did it come from a certain event? When did this start occurring? My group 2. The Sun in reverse. This came, hold on. I'm hearing this came, a lot of you, this is something that you've always dealt with. internally. We have the Nine of Swords. This is literally feeling so beat down mentally. Okay, the Sun in reverse. You guys have been surrounded by darkness for so long. We have Ace of Swords in reverse. You guys, some of you might be like clinically depressed or have some sort of other mental illness that really takes a toll on you, to where there's like this, it makes everything feel like an illusion where you're not seeing things as they are, but that's how you experienced it, so it is valid. Okay, so this came from a lot of darkness in your life. It also could have come from your environment growing up. We have the Fool. You may have felt this. I'm hearing the Fool is usually someone super confident. Okay, so you may have been a super confident person in the past, or you've always wanted to be a super confident person, you know, or you make yourself believe you. Okay, I have it. You have this persona for other people who you're someone who always has it together. You are someone who is confident, you know, you don't need nobody. You go out and do these spontaneous things. You guys might be air signs, okay, or a fire sign. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm definitely feeling that. And it's funny because I am a Gemini, so I deeply resonate, you know. So you try to be this person that you're not. Not that you're not, but you are this person that you portray yourself to be, but that's not all you are. And you don't let people see the truth. And that's where this is truly coming from. Like, it's a buildup for you guys. This wasn't one specific thing that happened to you, and now you're feeling the effects. This is something that built up because you kept it so internalized. And let me tell you, you might think it's better to hold it in, but you'll feel so much better if you connect with someone who supports you, whether that be in professional help, family, friends, anybody, okay? We have Death, just what I was saying, okay, yeah. We have the Two of Swords. This is time, okay, you need to let the old you die, okay? Or some of you, again, my condolences if you have actually lost somebody, but this is a time of transformation. You need to cut the cord of who you have been, of who you've been around in the past, and you can't keep holding on to that. You can't keep telling yourself you don't deserve this new life because of who you were. It's like you're holding on to this other person that you were because you're so comfortable in that. You know, a lot of the times when you're healing from mental and emotional trauma, you hold on to that because it feels comfortable, because it's all you have ever known. So it feels like you don't feel worthy of happiness. You're afraid of happiness, you know, and that's okay. That's completely valid because it's new. It's something you've never experienced. And with the Two of Swords, you're being guided to look within. You're being guided to sit in meditation, to sit in this space and reflect, to analyze what it is that's going on and why you're holding on so deeply, which actually leads me to the next question we're going to look into. Why are you still holding on to this? Why are you still holding on to this trauma? I think I'm going to switch to this Oracle deck. Cleansing the energy. Making sure I'm still recording. Yep. Ooh. Let's do that again. For my group 2, why are they still holding on to this? We have cleansing, storms, and home. Okay. Like, this is just crazy how things are aligning. We have cleansing, we have death, we're everything of release. My affirmation that I wrote for you guys earlier has to do with release, okay? You're holding on because the release is going to feel so heavy, okay? This feels like you guys need that big cry. You guys need to, I guess, break down in order to see the new. You guys probably need to go scream, go to that rage room. Sometimes you just need to like break something. You need to punch something. It's okay to feel that, okay? And you're holding on to this because it felt like home. It's all you've ever known, okay? But there's so much more. We're going to look deeper into this, but I feel called to pull one more for why you're still holding on. Darkness, moon. Like I said, before, you guys are used to the darkness. This is something you've always been surrounded by. But it was all part of your journey. It's all part of your sacred plan. But we're going to look into number 23. Storms. Cleansing. Sometimes you need to raise a lot of energy to blow away what you no longer need. An issue will come to a dramatic head. Cleanse your body. Let go of what you feel. Let go of what you feel you no longer need. Be specific in your release. Harm as little as you can. Okay, so as you're releasing, you might be letting go of other people. You might be letting go of old habits. Be kind to yourself and these other people as you are doing that. You know, don't do it in a way where it's like, yeah, you know, I'm this new person, so F you, F everything you did. And that goes for talking to yourself as well. You know, lovingly release these things. Like, I know it's hard to be grateful for the things that has happened to you, but release with divine intention. I'm not going to say release with love. I'm not going to say release with I take back releasing with gratitude, but just release with forgiveness of yourself that you've held on for so long. It's okay to still be angry at those things, to still be angry about what happened to you. But it's time to move on. It's time to let it go. And like I said, there's going to be a heavy, heavy, heavy release, but it is needed. We're going to look into number 7, darkness. We have the moon. It's called the moon, so maybe connecting with the moon cycle. We have a full moon coming up. I think this should be going up before the full moon in Libra. Again, a lot of air energy. There are cycles to everything and a season for everything. Do not push yourself when the tides are against you. Do not be afraid of the darkness as the darkness. As the darkness is a necessary... Whoa, hold on. Stumbled. Okay. Do not be afraid of the darkness as the darkness is as necessary as the light. Rest and repair. The divine feminine in all her forms is rising. The time for introversion, stability, and planning is here. I'm pretty sure I pulled the Hermit in reverse for you guys before. I'm pretty sure I did. No, but that's the card that's coming through. You know, it's time to sit with yourself. It is time to step back, to reflect. Again, the divine feminine is rising, okay? It is okay. The emotions are going to flow no matter what. You know, group 2, this is going to come off, it might come off a little harsh for some of you, but you can try all you want to neglect this ending, but it's still going to end. It is inevitable, okay? Now you can take it the easy way, the way of less resistance to surrender, or you can try to resist and it will hurt 10 times more. Looking into number 15, home, which is earth. Take time to ground yourself. The earth is our home and we are a part of nature, not a part of it. Do all you can to take positive custodianship. Yeah, I've never used that word. Okay, positive custodianship of the world around you. Pay attention to your body and your home. Anyway, like, this definitely seems... Like I said, this is something you've always known. Darkness is something you've always known. A lot of you may have came from your home growing up. Some of you may feel like you've never had a home, and that's why you're still holding on, because it's everything you've ever known. But we're going to go into some ways that you guys can heal from this. Again, using the same deck, we have growth. You know, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to flourish. You know, I'm hearing after all the tears, you'll feel better. Speaking your word, voice, you know, don't back down, speak your truth, live in your truth. And endurance. So yeah, I don't even need to pull the book for this one. You know, speaking your truth, this doesn't have to be outwardly speaking. It might. Some of you might need to chant. Some of you may need to sit and not even say. You guys need to sing. You guys need to move. You guys need to journal. Let it all out, okay? And with that, you're going to grow. Allow yourself growth. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay to be afraid of it, but don't. And then endurance. Know that you can handle it. You're going to build up that stamina to keep going, okay? Those are some ways you can heal. And now we're going to go into the channeled affirmation that I wrote down over here. It's a little messy before the reading. But group 2, the energy is released. I wrote that down over here. I don't know if you can see that. I release all energies that do not serve me. You guys can write this down whenever you need. Write it down for whenever you need. Say it however many times you need. So I'm going to say that again. The first one, I release all energies that do not serve me. And the second one is, I release all conditioned beliefs. Okay? I release all conditioned beliefs. But yeah, group 2, that was your reading. Let me know what you thought down below. Share your stories if you feel called to. I'm sending you all my love, all my support, and many blessings to you all. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, group 3, this is your reading. And you guys have the best lighting out of the other 2 groups because the sun was shifting. So I kind of feel bad about that. But I said this to group 1 because group 1 also had the energy of group 3. So group 3, if you felt called to watch group 1, I would suggest to watch group 1 as well after you watch this reading. And if you're here from group 1, hello, welcome. So we're gonna get started. We have I believe this is called a Dalmatian quartz. This is really good for clearing your mind. You know, I'm getting the energy of an overactive mind for you guys, but also just like clearing the energies. Okay. This one also really helps me feel calm. That's just my personal relationship with this crystal. So you might have a different relationship with it, but if you feel called, purchase a Dalmatian quartz. But of course, ethically, like I've been telling the other groups. So we're gonna jump right into your angel messages for what needs healing. So we have transformation and strength and guidance. So similar to, hold on, I'm close this. I don't know if you can hear that, but similar to group 2, you guys are going through a transformation, okay? And this transformation is going to bring you a lot of strength. I'm also hearing, don't doubt your guides. Don't doubt your spirit guides, because I know sometimes it feels like you're praying to them or you're asking them for things and you feel like it's not happening. It's almost like you're trying to manifest a new life for you or a new situation for you, and it's not working, but you're just building up momentum right now. So you guys might be in a slump, some of you. I'm definitely feeling like slump energy. Like this group doesn't feel too heavy as the other 2 groups, but it still feels like it's something that really needs tending to right now. So we're gonna look deeper into that with the tarot cards. Knock out the energy from the last group. We're gonna first find out what wound needs tending to right now. What's the most prominent wound that you should be putting your attention towards? My group 3s. What is the one that needs tending to? This card is calling out to me. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles goes directly with transformation. All the aces. This is something new happening. Oh my god, so similar to group 2, where group 2 is going through an ending, but group 3 are going through a new beginning. That's what I'm hearing. And new beginnings, like, you would think like, oh, it's new. Why would I need healing from that? What trauma is there in that? But it's sometimes it can be hard to handle. So that's what it feels like. It's like you guys are in a space where you've asked for everything that you got, but you don't know how to fully appreciate it, or you don't feel gratitude towards it. So it makes you feel, I don't know, let's see. We have the Empress. Diving into the divine. Wheel of Fortune, okay. Group 3, this seems like really good energy for what needs healing. So I'm hearing, oh my god, yes. Okay, so this healing cycle for you isn't going to be painful. For a lot of you, like, healing doesn't always have to be heavy and deep and sad, but for a lot of you, this is going to feel like bliss, okay? Like a feeling of bliss, like this new beginning. You finally healed from whatever past traumas you've needed to heal from. Not saying that like you're going to be completely healed. I don't believe in that. Like, you're always working through things. But in this moment, you're going to find that you find the most healing in things that make you happy, you know? So it's not always shadow work and deep dive meditations and journaling and crying. Sometimes healing is laughter, it is joy, it is going out to see your friends, it's getting that ice cream, it's nurturing the inner child, it's sitting out in nature and just soaking up the sun. And that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Like, you guys, I see why now you are connecting to group one, because group one had this energy of they're burnt out, and it feels like you guys are coming out of that burnout, and you still kind of feel a little down and slumped, but the healing that you're getting is so nurturing. So if you're coming here from group one, this is almost like it's in your future, or you're ready to enter this healing of nurturing, this nurture energy. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, good things are coming to you. Ace of Pentacles, there's a new path highlighting its way for you. The Empress, you are coming into your divine feminine. That's your deep emotional being. It's I resonate, what am I trying to say? Oh my God. The divine feminine resonates with the emotions. It's like a direct correlation. So it's like, I'm hearing coming into your power. It just feels so subtle. And with the strength and guidance, it's, once you realize that healing doesn't have to be painful, you feel so much stronger and so much more ready for life. And you feel like you can like handle things. Wow. Yeah, that, woo, we love that. So we're going to see, where did this come from? You know, like, what did you go through to get through this healing, to get to this phase of healing? Daughter of Pentacles. I'm hearing mothering yourself. It's just crazy how it correlates to group one. Ace of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands has came up for every group. So I feel like we're all burnt out, but it's also Aries season. So a lot of us might be feeling, we're feeling like we're coming alive again, and it's spring. So the warmth is like warming us up. Well, it's spring where I'm at in America, in the USA. For some of you, might not be that, depending on where you are. But, sorry, there was a plane going by. But with Aries season, that fiery energy is coming back. And for some of you, that fiery energy might feel uncomfortable. But for a lot of you, it's going to bring back that light, kind of like you're defrosting. I feel like from the cold winter, you're defrosting and you're ready for new. And with this Daughter of Pentacles, with the reparenting yourself, and it's like you're now fighting back your thoughts. You're like, forget those limiting beliefs. You're realizing you've realized, or you are realizing, that a lot of the beliefs you have aren't your own. They were conditioned, and that it is time for you to release that to gain more, because this feels like it's all about you. You're in a healing phase that is all about you. It's not about another person. It's not about another job. It's not about that. It's about you and what brings you happiness. And I'm really getting like childlike energy. So inner child healing, deep heart clearing. What else? I'm feeling like you're going to start operating from your higher self, you know, living in higher frequencies. And that's not saying you're I think I mentioned this in another group. I hate the saying like a low vibrational person or a high vibrational being, because we're always going to fluctuate. But in this moment of time, you're going to witness healing in the higher frequencies. And that is where this is all coming from. Group 3, it seems like you're going to have a shorter reading than the others. You guys are flowing through. So let's see what you guys are still holding on to that you could be releasing. I might actually use the other deck. Comes out that energy. Did I do that with the other card? I'm gonna assume that I did that with the other cards, but we're gonna see what you're still holding on to that could be released along with this healing to give us a clearer message. With this one, wildness, electricity. It's just like I was saying, like, look at all this gold and heart opening. This healing phase is going to feel like a rebirth. Okay, like you've literally come fresh out the womb and you see everything with love, and you're living childlike. It's like you're seeing things through a child's eyes, where everything is just so fun, happy, and simple, you know? It's like, what I'm hearing is you need to let go of that adult mindset where things are always like complicated and boring and dull, and you got to deal with bills and whatever, which you got to do what you got to do, but you can't live in that forever, you know? It's not healthy. Yes, I know my accent is really bad, but anyway, we have connection, expansion. So it feels like what you're still holding on to that might make this whole transition feel a little uncomfortable is you're holding on to, what is it? You're holding on to the idea of who you thought you were supposed to be. So this, I'm really hearing a career path, a life path. You've been living a lifestyle that you've always known, but it's kind of time to change. You know, whether you're in school and you want to change your major and you feel like it's too late, or you're questioning if you should leave school or not. You're questioning if you need a degree. You're questioning if this job is right for you, if you should stay in your job, if you should start your own business, if you should do this, if you should do that. And it's time to let it go. It's time to let that connection go and live wild and free with this expansion. You are holding, it's like you're holding on to the idea of expansion, but you're not letting it come to fruition. Okay, you're holding on to this idea that you can be so much more, but you're not letting yourself. We're going to read what it says in the booklet. So we're going to start with number 36, electricity, wildness. Okay. Embrace your wildness. Break free from your self-imposed constraints. Take immediate action. There is no need for further consideration of your problem. You contain the spark of the divine, so there is no reason to feel lesser. Confront the issue head on. All right, is that what it said? We're going to go to number 44, connection, the biome. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You are asked for synergy at present. Okay, another group had this, and I cannot tell if I'm saying synergy correct. Sounds right in my head, but we're gonna move on. Be aware of the needs of others. You are a part of the same whole. Consider working more closely with your community. So I'm feeling like, yeah, you've held on to a community that you've identified with so long that it's hard to let go, but it's time to move forward. Like this card said, don't think about it too hard. Just do it. We have expansion, which is the first card of the deck. North. Be guided, but be guided, but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know your true north, so be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It is time for true adventure. So yeah, it seems like you're healing from this idea that there's only one path for you. And now you're realizing that you can do so much more with life, that you yourself are so much more than just a student or a worker or a writer or whatever it is that you do, that you are a divine being. And there's so much more to being human than working and romance and just everyday societal life. There's so much more than that. We're going to jump right into some ways you guys can heal from this. How you guys can let this healing go on blissfully. Bravery, oceans, take the leap of faith. That's what I'm hearing. Take the leap of faith. Ask yourself, hold on, I don't even need to shuffle anymore. You need to write a list of things that make you happy. What truly makes you happy? Think back to when you were a kid too. What were things that you did as a kid that made you so happy and you didn't have a care in the world? And be brave to do that. I'm hearing be brave to do it alone, because some of you might have a little bit of codependency on another person or another thing that could be like, you feel like you can't have fun without alcohol or drugs, or you can't have fun unless you're with your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whoever. It's time to cut that out. It's time to let that go, because that is holding you back. We're going to read what it says in the booklet, number 30, oceans. Go forth and explore. You won't see much if you keep going to the shore, always in sight. Be brave in your choices. This is not the time to be fearful. Someone who is close to you has a hidden side, and it is best to be mindful of this in your decision making. So if you find that you're codependent on someone, they might be a little manipulative. Oh my God, this connects directly to group 1. Group 3, please go back to group 1 if you felt called to it. But In group 1, I talked about a manipulative person that might have been in your life or in their life. They may not seem that way. They may have not come off that way, but they totally are. And it's time for you to cut that out and take that leap of faith and do what is best for you. Yep, and that's on that. But we're going to go into your channeled affirmation that I wrote here in my notes for this video. So we have group 3. So the energy that I got for you guys before even pulling the cards was self-acceptance. Definitely self-acceptance. So your affirmation, write it down, say it whenever you need, or just listen deeply. It says, I allow myself to live in my divine truth. I allow myself to live in my divine truth. Yup. Group 3, that was your reading. It went by really quick. It was a lot lighter than the other groups, and that makes me so happy for you guys that this healing journey is not painful or stressful. It doesn't have to be for you all, but much love to you guys. I'm sending you guys all my blessings, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But also, let me know in the comments if it resonated. Share your story if you feel called. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Group 4, this is your reading. We have the red calcite here. For your group, especially when I was channeling the affirmation, it felt like you all needed some grounding. You guys need to feel safe and stable, stability. I'm getting a lot of familial energy from where the healing needs to happen, but we're gonna jump right into your angel cards. Okay. We have clear, cancel, and release. Just general energy for all the groups today is to cleanse it. You know, in healing, there's cleansing. You can't, oops, sorry if you heard that, I kicked something, but you can't there is no healing if there is no cleansing of the old energy. And your guides are really telling you it's time to take the steps to do so. I'm hearing for a lot of you that might be through water, or sitting out in nature, soaking up the sun. And with water, you might want to take a spiritual bath, a spiritual shower, or just a simple standing in the shower, washing your body head to toe and saying, I release all energies that do not serve me. I release my past traumas. I release, whatever, however you want to say it. And then we have joy and contentment. So whatever it is that you're going through right now is temporary. This is not forever. You are never going to stay in something forever if you let yourself, you know, be free. If you allow yourself the freedom to live a different reality, you know? So we're gonna jump right into this. Into your tarot cards. Cleansing. We're gonna see what this prominent wound is for you all. What's coming through? What needs healing? What needs healing for my group 4? Death in the reverse. There's something you're not letting go. There's something you're hesitant to let go of. Reverse. The mother. Familial, I'm hearing. Yeah. And the back of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So that's amazing because, okay, you guys grew up with unsupportive parents. I'm hearing that without a doubt. For a lot of you, that might not be the case for everybody. Take what resonates. But we have the Mother of Pentacles in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. There was no nurture and there was no stability in your childhood and in your current reality. Some of you might be up and moved out of your parents' house. Or this doesn't even have to be parents. This could be someone that you look up to. This could be a sibling, friends, however that may resonate with you. Or even within yourself, you have taken the energy of whoever raised you into your everyday life. And that is really weighing down on you. You know, it's like what your parents have done to you has affected different aspects of your life. So for example, let's say you had a dad who wasn't emotionally available, or you didn't have a stable living situation where you were always constantly worrying about money, didn't know if you could pay rent on time. So now, as an adult, you have trouble expressing emotion. You have trouble getting out of financial limitations. You have trouble with money. You have trouble with nurture. Emotions and tending to things make you uncomfortable. So you tend to shut it down. Especially I'm hearing with other people, like with friends, you find it difficult to hear them out when they are going through something emotional. You might be that friend that doesn't know what to do when their friends cry or when there's someone else crying, because you never received that. You were the type of person to just suck it up and move on. And this is something that's affecting you. It's affecting your work. It's affecting your personal life. It's affecting your personal relationships. It's affecting your well-being, and you're not letting that go. We're not always going to get the life we want with our family. We're not always going to be able to change who they are, but we can change our perspective on them. We can see things in a different light. You can accept them for who they are, but love them from a distance. Okay, so there's just a lot of familial trauma, maybe some emotional, maybe physical abuse for some of you. I am going to put a trigger warning at the beginning of this video, so if you missed that, I'm sorry. But yeah, a lot of heavy things going on here. And I feel like you definitely saw things differently than your family growing up, or whoever you considered family. And you just never understood why they didn't see you. You never felt seen. It's almost like you were always alone as a kid or as a child, or even now you feel like you don't have a core support group. You feel like your friends don't even really know you. You feel like you're putting on this persona. It's feeling very lonely, because some of you might have been only children, like you're the only child and stuff. You didn't grow up with siblings. Or you didn't grow up very close to family. It was kind of like you all just lived together, but didn't know each other. So that's where what's going on. And that answers the second question, where it comes from. It comes from your childhood. It comes from family, from people who failed to give you the nurturing you needed. And that just comes from because they didn't have the nurturing you needed. So something I feel like I need to say for you guys, group 4, is don't always victimize the person who's hurt you. Come from a place, victimize. Don't always label them as the bad guy. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't victimize yourself to the point where you don't see more of yourself. Victim mentality can really mess with your own view of yourself, because you're more than that. You're strong. You're not weak. You're more than what happened to you. You're more than your family. You're not that. You're you. And I feel like you guys are really coming into that. But look at it from a place of understanding where, and you don't have to. This is just a suggestion for people. Do what works for you. Understand that the people who hurt you did that because that's all they've ever known as well. People who are manipulative, people who are abusive, they most likely grew up in the same environment, and that's all they've ever known, and they've never grown out of that. But for you all, group 4, you guys can grow out of that. You all are trying to grow out of that. You don't want to be your parents. You don't want to be the people you were surrounded by. You don't want to be your old community. You want to be something new. You want to be the truest you've ever been, to yourself. So we're going to see, why are you still holding on to this past? Hold on. Did a little mess. Why are you still holding on to these I want to say preconditioned beliefs, but why are you still holding on? I feel like the memories. I feel like a lot of you guys reminisce on these things that hurt you, Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like you guys are having an identity crisis. Like, you don't know who you are. It's like you guys are telling yourself you don't want to be your mom or your dad, but you find that you are much like them. But you're growing out of that, because we have the 10 of Cups here. And the 10 of Cups is really good, okay, when it comes to familial energy. This is telling you that, one, Your family is not only by blood. Blood does not equal family, okay? It means you're related, but family is so much more than that. Family is support, family is love, family is care, and you are getting that. Whether that be you heal things with your own family, but some of you might be going to family therapy, you know, like working things out. Some of you aren't, but some of you might heal your family trauma by just loving them from a distance or choosing to not be in their life. And that is okay, okay? Don't let anybody tell you, oh, but it's still your mom. Oh, but that's still your family. Do what is best for you, because in the end, it's gonna work out. Ace of Cups. I feel like you're holding on to this because there's so much emotion tied to your family. A lot of you may have so much love for your family, but they hurt you so bad. So moving on and trying to grow is really scary, okay? And you're afraid of what's to come. You're afraid of their reaction to whatever you choose to do with your life, you know? Let me change decks here. So let's clear this out. Why is group 4 still holding on to this familial trauma? And personally, I feel like familial trauma is the hardest thing to get over. Not get over, but to work through. Because that's usually your childhood. That's you growing up. Wow, Miss Electricity. You know, this group came out for, this card came out for group 3, but I'm hearing a different message with this. You're still holding on because there's still a lot of anger around it, you know, with this Electricity. There's still a lot of pent-up anger. Or you're afraid that your family's going to be really mad. Silence. You've been holding it in for too long. This is not something you usually talk about, your family, and like your experiences with family. This is something that you've held within, but it's time to let that out. Alchemy Magic. You're holding on in hopes that something will change, but there will be no change unless you create that change, okay? And usually I go into the booklet here to read more, but it feels like this is enough, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of anger that needs releasing. You're holding on in hopes, like I said, in hopes that they'll change. But people won't change just because you ask them to change or because you want them to change. People will change if they want to change. And that goes for you too. Do you still want to sit in silence and hold this heaviness in your heart forever? Or do you want to release, like here, clear, cancel, release? Do you want this joy and contentment in your life? If you do, you have to move on. You have to work through it, even if that means you have to work through it alone. Because healing happens alone. Your journey is yours, not anybody else's. Let's see, what are some ways you can heal? What are some things you can do for yourself at this moment to help with your healing? Ooh, shuffling's a little off. Protection. Protect your energy. Oh my God, this goes with the affirmation that I channeled earlier. Don't know why I'm so surprised when this stuff happens, but it's still like, oh my God, things are coming to alignment. But protection, cave, hold yourself, you know, look how they're holding themselves here. They're hugging themselves. Tell yourself you are protected. That's what the red calcite is for too, you know, protection, groundedness. Protect your heart, but don't close off your heart, you know. Do what protects your energy. Cleanse yourself often. Take care of your spiritual hygiene. We have Electricity again. But in this side, I'm hearing let loose. Let the light come in. Let the rage out, okay? I have Mystery, Dark Matter. The healing is within, okay? Look at the blue light within. The healing is within. Then we have Completion, West. Yeah, it's like this puzzle piece is really calling out to me, and like I think this is the imagery of a brain. I can't really tell, honestly. But you are your own missing piece. You might have always felt like there was a void or like a hole in your heart, and you were always hoping that someone else can fix that for you, but you are your own missing piece, okay? No one else. It never has been anyone else. Like, yes, your family is supposed to be there to protect you, to support you, to love you, but that is not the case for everybody, and it doesn't seem like that's the case for you all. So it's time for you guys to be your own missing piece. In place and put it back together. Put yourself back together, you know? A lot of us have to do that, put ourselves back together. There's not always going to be someone there to help us. But to close off the reading, we have a channeled affirmation that I wrote out in my notes before actually pulling cards. So I did write down familial here. I don't know if you saw that, but that was the energy I was getting for you all. And your affirmation, write it down so you can say it whenever you need it. Listen deeply right now. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. And you know, I feel called to tell you guys, like, you guys might be hesitant to work with affirmations, but affirmations actively help us rewire our subconscious, rewire our brains to believing truths, okay? Truths that we've always thought as lies about ourselves, you know? Especially when there's a lot of negative self-talk. Affirmations help change that. But group 4, that was your reading. That's what needs healing. I'm sending you so much love and so much compassion. Share your stories down below if you feel called. Please like, subscribe, share if you feel called to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next one.